Hey guys, welcome to today's video. We are here to do a couple looks with this beautiful Odens eye palette. This is the Jewels and Gems palette that released not too long ago. It's a little bit older and YouTube standards, but not that long ago did this release, and it had a sister palette. If this one's Jewels and Gems, the sister palette was Stone and Rock, which was the more green toned one. And I ended up getting, oh my gosh, my little paper plastic thing is still in there. I ended up getting this one right here, which is a little bit more of a cooler vibe, a little bit more of the purple vibes, and I went back and forth. First, I wasn't going to get either. And then I decided I wanted to get one, and I wanted to know which one I should get. So I was thinking about uniqueness in my collection, and I ended up going with this one here for a couple of reasons. One, I feel like I have greens over and over in my collection, although I wear greens more, but also I kept hearing about this Rhapsody shade. This swoon shade looks beautiful, gorgeousness. It just looks like we have a nice variety here, and I definitely want to play today. I definitely want to play. I think we're going to create at least two looks. I'm going to do one look on each eye today. If I get a chance to film with it again, perhaps tomorrow, you never know, with two kids, then I will do so, but that's the plan. If you're new here, hello and welcome. My name is Kelly and I love all things makeup and beauty. I love talking, I love makeup, I love talking about makeup. So if you'd like to chat about makeup too, I would love to have you subscribe and be part of the K-Bella fam. Why don't we go ahead and jump into the video. If you're wondering about today's lip combo, it is Charlotte Tilbury's Iconic Nude. Then I topped it with the Ofra liquid lipstick in the collab that they did with Hot Mess Mama MD, but this is not the one where she created the color. This is LOML. I think it was just like her favorite at the time. And then I went in with the Omen Gloss, which is Heather Austin Times Unearthly. So that is the lip combo that we have going on. I do want to prime my eyes. I am going to take the Sigma Eye Base in Ignite. If you are seeing this before the end of June, which I'm pretty sure you will, Sigma is having their customer appreciation event where you can save 30% on most of their items, if not all of them. And if you use influencer codes on top of that, you can get an additional 10% off for 40% off. I will have an affiliated link down below. You don't have to click the affiliated link. You can go to sigma.com and you don't have to use my code. You can use anybody's code to get 40% off, but my code is just KBella if you are interested. But I am going to go ahead and prime, and then I'm going to go into my ABH Soft Glam Palette and Tempera and set my eyeshadow primer. I like to do that because I have small hooded eyes and I have a hard time blending if I don't set the crease first. So that's my plan. Okay, so I know we're gonna do two looks today. I really wanna dip into Rhapsody. I don't know what other shimmer shade I wanna dip into. I haven't swatched these, so let's swatch this one. Ooh, okay, there's a shift there in Swoon. Let's do Gorgeousness, a little bit more of a cooler vibe. Let's do High. Okay, we have like a gold vibe here. Elatedness. That one would be pretty for an inner corner. I was thinking this one for an inner corner, but now I kind of want to do that one on the lid. And Exhilaration. Ooh, that's pretty too. I didn't swatch Rhapsody because I know I want to use that on the lid, but I was thinking I might do this one on the lid, which was this finger, but I think I might save that for the inner corner and do Swoon. Okay, first things first, I'm going in with my BK 201 and I'm going to go into this shade right here called Ecstasy. I am getting some kickback in the pan. I don't mind it, but just so that you know. And we're just going to put this all over the crease as like my transition shade for the first look. This is actually a beautiful transition shade. It is the lightest shade in the palette. I'm thinking of what I want to go in next with Swoon, but I think I have an idea because what I was thinking of doing was using like these three, but now I think I might do these three and maybe that deeper intoxication like on the lower lash line. That's what I'm thinking right now, but this is blending out beautifully. I don't have a ton of colors like this in my collection, this color story, so that's kind of why I went with this one. That, and I mean, the shimmers looked absolutely amazing when I saw people using this palette. Okay, next I want to go in with, I need to reorganize my brushes. I just bought another makeup brush holder because I just have so many brushes and I just can't find them all. So the BK202, which is a little bit more tapered, and we're gonna go into this shade right here, which is called Elation. And this brush is more tapered, so it's gonna help me keep it a little bit lower. I do kind of wanna get it in the outer corner a bit. Just tap a little bit there in the outer corner and blend it a little bit lower than that Ecstasy shade. I'm tapping into a little bit more of Ecstasy and just using that to blend out those outer edges and make sure you can see the little hint of Ecstasy, because Elation has a little bit more of a pinky base, but I still kind of want that purple vibe. I just cleaned my brushes, so that is a great feeling. And I'm gonna go in with my BK203, and I'm gonna spray it with Fix Plus, and we're gonna go into this Swoon shade. Now I'm hoping that it picks up well on my brush, but sometimes I find that shades like this are best used with a finger. I am seeing product on my brush. We're gonna give it a little spritz, and let's see if this is enough or if I need to use my finger. It's definitely depositing color, but honestly, with shades like this, yeah, your finger's the way to go. My finger is not my favorite method to apply shimmers with, but sometimes with these shades that really pack a punch, that's kind of what you have to do if you want that punchy feeling. Also, this is very shifty, and I don't know if it's just the shifty or if there really is kind of like not a heavy pigmented base, because I feel like I can kind of see my eyelid underneath. I don't know if I really can, or if it's like that might just be the peachy shift. So I'm like layering and layering, but then when I turn, I'm like, I can still see my eyelid. But I don't know if that's really the case or not. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with a Sigma pencil brush, and I wanna take this shade right here in Intoxication. It has more of a purple vibe, and I wanna focus it on like the outer 2/3 of my lower lash line. I don't wanna take it all the way in because I do have small hooded eyes, but I do wanna get some depth there. I wanna use some more shades. I wanna get some depth. Lately I've been playing with palettes, and because I just don't have the time to film like I used to, I've been doing 2 looks with one on either eye, and we've been house hunting. I'm gonna go back in with this Ecstasy shade and my E42 Precision Firm Blender from Sigma and blend it out. But because of lack of time, you know, I've just been kind of doing 2 looks and like going out in the world, and we've been house hunting, so we've been going to open houses and stuff. And there have been a couple times where people have commented and said, oh, I like the 2 different eye looks, and I wonder if they're being serious or if they think I'm a weirdo. And then my husband's always like, oh, she does YouTube videos, that's why she looks like that. I'm like, do you feel like you need to give a disclaimer? Is it only okay if you do YouTube videos? Like, what if people just want to wear 2 different eye looks? Like, just wear 2 different eye looks. I'm playing with a new eyeshadow palette. I just don't have time to film like I used to. Okay, so then we're gonna go into this shade right here in Elatedness, and we're going to put that right on the inner corner, like so. That one I feel like has a lot of glitter flecks in it. I'm just gonna blend out that inner corner a little bit, and then we'll move on to the next eye. Okay, I'm taking my Singe Beauty E03 brush, and we're going to go into this Heaven shade right here. And this is a nice fluffy brush. We're going to put Heaven all in the crease. I think Heaven would also pair very well with that Ecstasy shade that we used, because Heaven looks like just a deeper version of Ecstasy, but it's still light enough that I can use it as a transition. But I also feel like if I used a brush that was maybe a little bit more dense or not as fluffy, I could kind of get it in the crease and then use Ecstasy to blend it out as well. We're gonna get similar vibes in the crease here today, I feel. Then I'm going in with my Sigma E25 blender, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here in Sazzle, I think is how you say it. And what I wanna do is I wanna put it like here in the outer corner, and then I do wanna bring it into the crease a bit. So I'm gonna start by packing, and then I'm just gonna kind of do like circular motions to blend it and take it into the crease a little bit. I'm not gonna get like extra product to take into the crease, but I will kind of drag it in a little. And that's gonna be like our crease shade here. That looks really pretty. It's blending really good too. Sometimes these deeper shades, I can have issues blending. They can be a little patchy, but this one's not patchy at all. It's literally blending so nicely. This has no other product, but I'm just gonna take it and kind of, maybe I will tap into Heaven just a little bit. Bring it up into the crease just a touch. I have hooded eyes, so I do have to take products like up higher, and then sometimes even still, I'll be editing or looking at a picture and I'm like, I didn't take that up high enough. And then what we're gonna do is I'm gonna use the other side of my BK 203. I am gonna rub it off on my Sigma switch, and we're gonna go in with Rhapsody right here again. Maybe best applied with a finger, we shall see. But I'm gonna clean my brush off. I'm gonna use the other side and spray it. Rhapsody looks a little tiny bit chunkier on my brush, so I am expecting a little bit of fallout. I'm just gonna press it. Yeah, I feel the fallout. I feel it on my face as I'm pressing. With a chunkier shade like that, that's to be expected. It is going on nicely, but I'm just gonna take my finger, and again, a finger's honestly the way to go. So my suggestion, which side was I using, would be, because I am getting fallout, if you're not a fan of fallout, if that bothers you, I would do your eyes first, which I was gonna say I typically do, but I really don't these days. I just kind of, you know, do my face first and then my eyes and then complain about fallout. But if fallout's an issue for you, do your eyes first. Spraying your brush helps, but only so much. And also, as I'm blending, I am getting shimmer up into my crease. I'm not totally mad at it. That's fine. Do I want to? So part of me is saying just stick with what I was doing and put this shade on the lower lash line. But the other part of me is like, use this blue. But I feel like these would look good together. But I mean, y'all kind of want to see a different color, right? So maybe I'll go in with the blue and a different pencil brush. This blue shade is called Rapture. And I'm gonna put that again on the outer 2/3, just to get a different vibe. And then I'll go in with Ecstasy again and a fluffy brush to blend it out like we did with the other eye. I wanna see what this Swoon shade would look like in the inner corner, since that's what I was thinking about doing in the first place. You do get it definitely more of a shift, a peachy shift there. So I am going to go in with Elatedness on top of it and just lighten it up a touch. That Elatedness is definitely has like a glittery vibe to it, I feel. I'm just gonna kind of try and blend. I do definitely have glitter all over the place. Okay, let me go ahead, put some mascara on, and I'll show you the two looks. Okay, so here are the two looks here. We have this one, which is giving me like purple peachy vibes. I feel like the shimmer, just because it is a peach, sometimes makes me feel like I can see my eyelid underneath. I don't know that I can actually see my eyelid underneath, but I feel like I can. This one with Rhapsody gives me like purple blue-brown vibes, you know, the blue-brown pigment from MAC. So there we have the 2 looks. I think I want to do 4 looks. I think I want to do 4 because I don't love either of these. So let me know, give me your honest opinion. If you don't love them, that's okay. I'm telling you right now, I don't love them. Look at my crazy frizzy hair, the baby growth, new growth. Also, if you can hear my son crying in the background, he's okay. He's with my mom. He's fussing right now. But I don't think that I love these 2 looks. I don't love them the way that I thought I was gonna love them. So I kind of want to do a couple more and maybe use like Gorgeousness and kind of stick over here, or Paradise. Maybe try High and use it with this shade right here. I just want to play around a little bit more. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say that I necessarily hate either of these looks, but I wouldn't say that I love them. So let me know what you think. We're gonna hold off on the outro. I think I'll just upload this a little bit later. Hopefully sometime later this week or this weekend I can play again and do 2 different looks, because I feel like I need more time. I feel like I need more time with this palette, but I would love to know your thoughts down below. Initially, what do you think of these 2 looks? And if you have this palette, what do you think of it? And I mean, you'll see me in a couple of seconds, but I'll see you in a few days to kind of play around a little bit more. Okay, this is the moment of truth. I'm here to do another look with the Jewels and Gems palette. This time I decided, since I didn't love the 2 looks that I created before, and honestly, when I look back at pictures, they look fine, but I remember not loving them when I actually put them on. So I think what I'm gonna do is a cohesive eye look this time, instead of doing 2 different looks, and see if it's a cohesive look, if I like it a little bit more. I did already prime with my Sigma Eye Base in Ignite. I set with some Tempera from ABH. I'm gonna take this little lip oil from Sigma. I didn't know what lip color I wanted to do yet, but my lips are a little chapped, so I just want some lip oil to hydrate them while we're doing the eyes. This is in Hush, and so you can see here, it is like a light pink shade, but I feel like it does give me like a little bit of a tint. This is new to me. Sigma did send this to me. It's their Renew Lip Oil with jojoba oil, sunflower seed, and vitamin E. We'll see. Ooh, my lips do look really pink. Also, this little necklace that you'll see here is from my friend Jamie, Glam Latte. I will have her linked down below. She does create beautiful jewelry, so I was able to purchase this beautiful necklace, and I wanted to wear it in today's video. But let's go ahead and get started. I think I have an idea of what I want to do. I also have my Sigma switch, because a lot of the brushes, I have a ton of brushes, but a lot of the brushes that I use are like in the same like type of brush, the same color family. So I'm going to take the Sigma E35 Tapered Blending, and I want to go in with this shade right here in Seventh Heaven. Ooh, a lot of kick up. So tap lightly. I'm not even someone who like goes in with a heavy hand, but I did get a lot there. Okay, so I'm just going to, I pressed it in at first to deposit the color, but then this is like a fluffy brush, so I do want to blend it out a bit. I thought maybe we'd go with like more of a neutral green gold vibe. I know this is like more of a cool toned palette with like the purples and stuff, and I mean honestly that's like what I loved about it and why I wanted to get it, but just not loving the 2 shades or the 2 looks that I created. I felt like something needed to give. I need to do something. I want to like this palette. I want to enjoy it. I spent my money on it, so I need to do something like a simple everyday that I would wear. I've found like my looks are very simple, I feel, and I'm not saying this to be ugly or in a bad way, but my looks are more like on the simple end, and I just feel like I watch so much beauty YouTube, I watch so many colorful tutorials that sometimes I feel like I need to use more color, or I need to use more shadows or different shadows or something like that. And so sometimes I get caught up in trying to create looks that I feel like are unique, that maybe I just don't stay true to myself. And that's not to say that that's what happened. I mean, I definitely was looking at the shadows and trying to decide what it was that I wanted to do, but I just thought maybe if I do something that's a little bit toned down, a little bit dialed back, that I might enjoy it more. So that's my thought process here. I turned my lighting down just a touch. I feel like sometimes I look really bright and then I'm in editing and I'm like, you can't even see the colors true to themselves. I almost wish that I had maybe like, I don't know, like a light yellow to like blend the edges, but I don't. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna go in with this light shade right here. This is an Ecstasy, and I'm going to go in, let me take a brush that I've already used. I'm going in with my Sigma E33 Detailed Diffused Crease. I'm just brushing that off on my Sigma switch. I'm going to lightly tap into that, and I'm just gonna go like along the edges just to make sure that this is nice and blended. I do believe this Sigma brush that I'm using is in, I'm pretty sure, both Heather Austin and the Angela Bright brush favorites. I do have a code with Sigma if you're interested in trying anything. My code is just KBella. I do have them linked down below. I know they just had a big sale in June. By the time this video goes up, it's the end of June right now when I'm filming, but by the time this video goes up, I know that sale will be over. But I feel like lately Sigma has been doing a lot of, when they do have sales, you can put influencer codes on top of the sale, and I just think that is amazing. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Do we put a little bit of this in the outer corner? I don't know. Do we use this shade right here or this shade right here? So I feel like Gorgeousness is going to give us more smoky vibes, and then High is going to give us more of like the green gold. So I think I'm gonna do that. I think I'm gonna hold off on Intoxication. I wanna go in with this High shade and I wanna put it all over the lid. I'm just brushing off my BK Beauty 203 on my Sigma switch. Unfortunately, I feel like these shadows from Odens Eye apply better with a finger, but I do prefer a brush. So what I'm gonna do is first go into this High shade right here and my ring finger. And first I am going to apply it with a finger, and then I'm gonna go in with my brush. I don't think Odens Eye shimmers are my favorite. I'm just gonna say that right now. I have tried a couple of their palettes and I just find them a little bit difficult to work with. I do feel like, I'm spraying it with some Fix Plus. I do feel like a lot of my friends love their shimmer formula, so it leads me to believe that it is a Kelly issue and not an Odens Eye issue, but I don't know. I just feel like their shimmers aren't my favorite. I kind of need to give them a little bit of love and TLC. This is a beautiful duochrome shade. But again, I feel like I'm having the same issue that I had with Swoon, where I feel like it's not covering the whole lid, and I just got a bunch of fallout because I tapped underneath my eye here. I feel like they're also very glittery, so I'm getting a lot of glitter underneath my eye. Probably better if you're using these to do your eye makeup first. Okay, I forget what I was saying. I feel like if you put a matte shadow down first, you may get more punch in the shimmers, but that's not what we did. So I'm gonna do the other side really quickly, doing the same thing, pressing in with my finger, and then I'll go over it with a brush. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go in with my BK Beauty 204, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of this Intoxication shade right here and press that into the outer half of the lower lash line. I did not put a deeper I did not put a deeper color in my outer corner, but I just kind of want to press this right there on the lower lash line, and then I'll blend it out. This is that same brush that we used to blend out my crease. Why can I not talk today? And I'm gonna blend out this lower lash line here with that light Ecstasy shade. Then I'm gonna take a little bit of my finger and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here in Elatedness. And oh, hello. That one's glittery, I forgot. The first time I used this palette was a couple weeks ago because I did have to sub for summer school the last week. So it's been a while since I've used that palette and I forgot that Elatedness was so glittery. Okay, this is the look here. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the eyes, do some mascara, pick a lip, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the finished look here. On my lips, I do have the ColourPop Lippy Pencil in Cool BFF, which is quite a bit lighter than I remember it being. And I also topped it. I wanted to do like a cool tone lipstick. I was first reaching into the My Dream, Natasha Denona My Dream collection, the I Need a Nude lip liner and lip pencil in Natasha, but I decided to go a cooler route and I went in with this shade right here in Beatrice, which I think it looks fine together. It's a fine combo, but I think if I had gone in with like a little bit deeper or more rich of a lip liner, it would look nice as well. But we're not here for the lips. We're here for the eyes. I'm gonna zoom out and share my final thoughts. Okay, so final thoughts on this palette here. Sadly, I don't love it. I don't think that Odens Eye is my favorite formula. While I think the mattes performed fine, I don't really like the textures and the way that I have to apply the shimmers. They do feel a little bit more hard pressed in the pan. If you've ever touched the Auric, it's an Auric product where it has the cream in the bottom and then the topper that goes on your lid. I can't think of the name of the product, but I'll insert a picture so you know what I'm talking about. That's what these shimmers feel like. They're harder to the touch, and I just find that they're better applied with your finger, and then when I do apply it with my finger, I mean, I just feel like it's not that it's bad, it just doesn't really do what I want it to do. I don't know if I'm articulating this correctly, but I just don't love it. I wanted to love it. I thought that it was an interesting color story. It's different than anything that I have before. I'm interested to use this shade right here. It does not feel quite as hard pressed as High, and it looks like you get a little bit more pigmentation there. What about this purple? Yeah, it's still, I mean, like, it's pretty. I feel like that would be really pretty on the eyes, but I don't know. This is one that I'm definitely going to have to talk myself into using. I'm going to keep it for now, but I don't think that it's going to be in my collection for a long time. There are so many wonderful palettes that I love more than this one, and that's not to say that this is bad. I know so many people love the formula, love the quality of this. I just don't think it's for me. It's not my favorite formula. The color story was, you know, different in my collection, which is what I wanted it to be, but not one that I would reach for on a regular basis. So because I don't love the quality and because I don't love the color story, I don't think that this is one that I will reach for often. But that's not to say that it might not be great for you. I love Odens Eye packaging. I think their packaging is exquisite. I think this is absolutely stunning. I love how it's raised right here. It's just, I mean, like, the aesthetics. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But I don't know. It's not my favorite. So if you have this palette or the other one, if this is Jewels and Gems, the other one is Stone and Rock, I would love to know your thoughts in the comments down below. Otherwise, that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe before you go. That way I can see you in the next one. Bye.